seats over there.
All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Brent Bader, Deputy City Clerk and Director of Community Development for the City of LaSalle. This is our City of LaSalle Housing Rehabilitation Grant informational meeting. This is not a City Council meeting, so the person sitting in the chair over there is not Mayor Jeff Grove. That is Kevin Lindeman with NCICG. Joining him is Dwayne Calvo in the back and Connie Buchanan over here. So we're going to let them run the meeting. I know Mayor Grove is here. Do you have any comments you'd like to make?
Better. Very excited to partner with NCSCG, and I appreciate Kurt. I want to appreciate the residents in town who were part of the initial survey to help us get qualified for this wonderful grant, $650,000. Again, it's great to see everybody out here. It's be a process where it's be open, and I know we got back with the people who did the survey to let them know that they still have to, go through the process like everybody else. That was just to get us the grant. So, very excited for us as a city. A lot of times we have some grant money stuff to help like the downtown and areas that have TIF, right? So now it's nice that we have this grant that could actually help the neighborhoods and help folks who want to put stuff back into their own homes. And obviously, you have to be a homeowner, which is awesome about it. But it's nice to help you get that back, ease some of the burden off your expenses to get this grant, hopefully, and then again to help your property value go up in your neighborhood, right? So thanks for coming out. Again, there is some criteria they're going to go through as far as the process. Again, very excited though that we had this opportunity. So thanks for coming out. Appreciate it.
And I'll remind everybody as well that this is being live streamed. So if there's something you feel you miss, of course, you can go back to our YouTube page. If you go on YouTube and search for City of LaSalle, you'll find it there after the fact. We're going to let them give their presentation to start. I'm sure there'll be questions at the end. I will try to make my way back here as well to ask those questions in front of a microphone. So those at home, obviously, if you have questions, those at home probably have those same questions as well. We can get those into a microphone so those watching at home can hear both the question and the answer as well. So at this time, Kevin, if you'd like to, we appreciate it.
Real quick. Cheers. You guys are welcome to come sit up here if you want. If you want, there's 6 chairs up here. Even up there next to Alderman Jerry if you want.
Thank you, Brent. Thank you, Mayor.
Sure. Yes, please.
As I said, we're here to talk about the Community Development Block Grant Housing Rehabilitation Program, that the grant that the city received from the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity. Thank you for coming tonight. Again, what the mayor said, thank you for those that submitted a survey that was completed back in probably fall of 23 for the application that was submitted in January of 24. The city found out about their award in April of 24. We've been doing paperwork and process in order to get that thing the project moving. Got the grant agreement from the state last month of January, and now we're here for the public meeting to inform you about the process and how this goes. So for those that did submit or fill out a survey, that helped the city qualify to get the grant. Whether you filled out a survey or didn't fill out a survey for the grant application, you're still able to apply for the Housing Rehabilitation Program funds if you meet the criteria. And Connie's going to go through that. I'm just kind of going through a few things here. This really kicks off a process of accepting applications. There's a handout that Connie's going to go through. Again, we thank you for coming out tonight. We'll have questions at the end.
Okay, I'm Connie Buchanan, and some of you have probably seen me here a time or two before. I just wanted to let you know about the program and how it works. I am with North Central Illinois Council of Governments, otherwise known as NCICG, and we have partnered with the City of LaSalle. We find out about grant opportunities from DCEO and other funding sources. This particular grant comes from DCEO, the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, and it's streamlined through HUD, which is Housing for Urban Development. So it's a federal grant that is streamlined through the states. And it's known as a Community Development Block Grant, which is CDBG. And we also do work with Tri-County Opportunities for weatherization so that will help make the grant funds go further, because they can take some things off the list and then we can concentrate more on other houses. So the program is to renovate approximately 10 single-family owner-occupied homes for persons that have low to moderate income. And the idea is to help make them safer, healthier, more energy efficient, and bring them up to code. We also, like I said, partner with Tri-County for weatherization, HVAC, and additional health and safety items, and that helps make the grant funds go further. The focus per HUD is very low income, senior citizens, and persons with development or physical disabilities have the highest priority, as do areas in the home that pertain to health and safety. Those would have the highest priority. It's made possible on what we refer to as a 5-year forgivable loan, which basically means that we're asking you to agree to stay in your home for the next 5 years after the work is completed, so that basically prevents fraud. They don't want to put $60,000 into a home and have a person turn around and flip it for a profit. So that is barring any unforeseen circumstances. So because we do handle many situations where people are in advanced age or disabilities, they often will have to move in with a family member, go into a nursing home, or even pass away. And if that's the case, then everything is null and void. Nothing goes against the estate. So on the sheet that shows the income, the 30, 50, and 80, basically just to explain that, if you have 2 people in your household and you make less than $53,400, you qualify. Okay? If you're in that 30%, if you have that lower income, you're going to get a few more points on your application because that's considered very low income. Okay? So in order to complete an application, like I said, the homes must be a single family owner occupied home. So the owners have to live in it. It's not a summer home or a winter home. So we don't have rentals, multi-units, businesses, or mobile homes. It also has to be within the municipal city limits of the city of LaSalle. You must meet the income guidelines, and you must be able to provide the following with the application. So that's proof of income for everyone in the household that's over the age of 18, whether they contribute to the household gross income, okay? Proof of homeowner's insurance, which is usually just the declaration page from your homeowner's insurance policy that shows the coverage on the dwelling, and current or recent utility bills for gas and electric. And then I would also need a copy of your real estate tax bill. Okay. So just to give you an idea of the timeline once the applications are received, the first 6 months, we basically will accept the applications and process them, make sure that we have the supporting documents, and we're able to ensure eligibility requirements. Appointments will be made so that the project manager and myself will come to your home, and he will get an idea of the scope of work that would need to be done to your home, and he'll write that up as a proposal. I'll accompany him, and I take pictures. I compile that information onto basically a PowerPoint presentation like this, and I present it to the housing committee. And that would also be any points that you accumulated on your application, so that they would be able to know what the highest points on the applicants were, so that they could choose the top 10 homes. Referrals would be made to Tri-County for any eligible homes for additional weatherization. The housing committee will meet periodically to assess the needs and score the properties based on the priorities. Homeowners will be contacted regarding the status of their application. So once I get the application back from you with the supporting documents, I will let you know that I received it, and then I will be in touch with you regarding that status. If usually one of 2 things happen, either we'll compile the top 10 homes, and those would be selected to proceed, and then there will be about 5 homes that are on standby. So maybe your home didn't have quite as many points as the next application, but we hold those on standby and we process it the exact same way, where we fulfill all the requirements as far as the grant. We have to do environmental reviews on the home, and those take about 90 days to clear. Whether you're selected or on standby, those environmental reviews will take place. And almost every time we've done these projects, we've dipped into that standby list because it is a 2-year grant. It does steps between accepting the application and doing the construction and doing the closeout. Uh, and because people are advanced age and have disabilities, there have been times where people are no longer eligible. They fall, they go to a nursing home, they move, they pass away. So then we move on to the standby list. Okay. On an ongoing basis, the project manager and the grant administrator, which is myself, will revisit the homes once those environmental reviews clear after that 90-day process. And then during that second visit to the home, then the project manager gets a more specific idea of what the scope of work will be. And I will also have to re-verify your eligibility requirements at that time. The reason being is that sometimes in 6 months, 9 months, people could get a job, lose a job, somebody could move in, move out, and it could change your eligibility requirements. Then the construction packets are sent out to the local contractors, and every contractor that wants to bid on that job is given an appointment that I set up with the homeowner, and they have to show up for that mandatory walkthrough so that they can present a bid. The bids are sealed and they're opened with the housing committee, and then whoever has the lowest responsible bid is awarded that contract. And then I contact the homeowner and let you know who the contractor is and when the work will begin. Once the work does begin, we do it in groups of like 3 to 4 homes at a time in about a 12-week rotation. So we just keep going until every home is taken care of, utilized. Not every single home will require 60,000. So if the budget allows, then we will do more homes. And it's over a 2-year grant period. And I did include a couple before and after pictures. This particular grant has been around for 50 years, but it's only been up here for about 6 years. And we just finished our 85th home, and we are currently working in 12 communities. So by the end of next year, we'll have done about another 130 more homes. So over 200 homes in our region, which is a huge impact, not only for the homeowners, but for the communities to preserve that housing stock. We do a lot of handicap accessible bathrooms with walk-in showers, a bench, grab bars, ADA height toilets. Every home gets interconnected Bluetooth smoke detectors in every bedroom and CO2 detectors on every floor. There are some frequently asked questions. Can I apply if I rent? The answer is no, and your landlord cannot apply either. Can I apply if I didn't complete a survey for the grant application? Yes, that survey was included with the actual grant application that we submitted to Springfield when we wrote the grant. And the idea is that if we anticipate doing 10 homes, we want 30 surveys to show the state that this community needs that. And did all 30 surveys with the actual grant application. Can I be reimbursed for work that I've done to my home? No. Can I do work on the home myself or select the contractors? No, the contractors are selected and paid through the grant process. Can I apply for my mom? Yes, you can assist your mother, but she would have to be able to sign. Okay. My information is on the last page. I can make myself available with appointments if you need help with the application process. I can, you know, set up here, or you can come to my office. I can come to your home if you're homebound. Whatever case may be, I will help you through every step of the process. The next thing is that I did bring applications with me tonight, and we'll leave the extra ones here at City Hall for anyone who couldn't make it tonight. We'll leave the application process open until we're able to obtain the necessary amount. It's not first come, first serve. And so the application comes in the manila envelope and it's stamped with the NCICG. So technically, if you filled it out and included your supporting documents, you could seal it and mail it right to me. You can bring it back here if you feel comfortable doing that. Just seal the envelope so that the city is not knowing your business. That none of these things go through the city. The city doesn't have the money. They're not dispersing the money. They're not seeing your applications. They never saw your surveys. It's all confidential. Okay. So the application, and there's a lead packet inside of the envelopes. The lead packet you will keep. It's something that we by law have to give you. It's basically any paint that was applied prior to 1978 is proposed to contain lead, and therefore has to be abated properly. We have to remove it properly, and all of our contractors have to be lead certified in order to do that, because they have to treat it like poison, because that's what it is. So you would just keep the lead packet. The application is pretty basic. It's asking for your owner information, your name, address, city, how long have you lived there, what are the ages of the owners, what is the tax parcel number off of your real estate tax bill, do you have a mortgage, if so, what kind, the insurance on your, who is your insurance carrier, what type of coverage do you have. You don't have to get very specific, because that insurance is going to be included in there, as is your tax bill. If you are employed, you would list the employer, for if it's a spouse, a significant other. There's 2 columns. Any other income, Social Security benefits, veterans benefits, pension. It's strictly income. It's not assets. But if you do have annuities or bonds or anything that you do get income off of, then you can list that on the next page. Any interest income, any child support or rental income, and then just kind of an average of your month mortgage and utilities and insurance expenses. How many people live in the household and how many are under age 18? There's several. You're saying that this is the best of your ability of the information that you're giving is correct. Then there's a copy of the survey in there that we need to fill out again for those of you that did fill out a survey. And this is basically your address, how many people live in the household, check if you are a female head of household, how many people are over the age of 62, how many people with physical and or developmental disabilities live in your home, do you own your home. There is a minority benefit determination for your ethnicity if you choose to respond. And then you would check the column that's appropriate for your income, for your household income. And again, that is gross income. There's a photo consent that you understand that we would be taking pictures. We have to do before and after pictures per the grant. And we use those to propose the grant to other communities. There's a place to sign off that you did receive the lead pamphlet. There's a form that your information with Tri-County so that you could get additional benefits from Tri-County opportunities. And then the last page is another signature page, and that's it. Okay, so you would keep the lead packet, you would fill out the application, put it back in the envelope, and all those supporting documents inside the envelope, okay? And I do have applications here for anyone that would like them. Okay?
Any questions?
Before we take any questions, I just wanted to make sure that for the viewers that are watching on the YouTube now or later, that you can repeat the question once it's asked because we don't have many microphones
Okay.
in the audience.
Sure.
Okay,
I have one question, Ken.
yes.
How long is the application period, and when are we taking, the last day to take applications?
We leave it open until we obtain the right amount of applications, okay? So we definitely need about 15 qualifying applications so that we can have the top 10 points and about 5 on standby. But that doesn't mean that you know, if you feel like, okay, I'm not a senior, I'm not disabled, I'm gonna have low points, still fill out the application because anything can happen. We've had communities where we've worked on you know, homes of people, you know, young single mothers that didn't have a lot of points, but it was still very beneficial. Any other questions? Yes.
Yeah, the application online or email poll, or where would somebody go about?
The question was, is the application online? I did share, and you can also email me, and I can email you a copy. You will have to print it out. It's not fillable online. The city also has a copy of the application that they could print out or email to you if you make that request. But you can just go directly to me. My information is the last page. Yes.
I got one. Does this work on like tuck pointing outside of your house? Because my house needs like a lot of tuck pointing, and does it work on like doors not opening in front of
Yes, yes. We can do it. That the question was about tuck pointing, and yes, we can do tuck pointing. We basically can do anything to preserve your house and make it safe and healthy and you know, energy efficient. But if it pertains to health and safety, it has a higher priority. So it's not necessarily, it's not HGTV, and you know, it's not that we're going to come in and redecorate and but we can do a new roof, and we can do windows, and we can do the siding, and we can do flooring and bathrooms and lots of plumbing and electrical because if you're anything like me growing up, you know, if something broke, we never called a repairman. My dad did the best that he could with duct tape and chicken wire or whatever else he had. And so you get to a point where you can't afford it, you know, can't afford to fix it. Now you're on Social Security or you're widowed or whatever. And so that's what this program is all about.
Is there a screening process for contractors as well?
Yes, that we are always looking to add. We have some great contractors that have been with us, and they follow us from community to community. But we have 6 counties, and that you know, it's hard to have contractors from within that whole service area. But they have to have the lead licensing, which is a 1-day course. They cannot be debarred from sam.gov, which is System Award Management. It's like a background check, so that they haven't had any outstanding issues. They have to prove their minimum insurance requirement, and then we train them on the actual process. Some communities, not all, but some communities also have that they require that the contractors are registered within their city to work. Yes.
You mentioned electrical. Would that include upgrading from knob and tube?
Absolutely, yes. Knob and tube is a big deal. It's costly, and it's a high priority. But yes, we have. In fact, one house in Ottawa, entire budget because it was a huge Victorian house, and we completely changed out the knob and tube.
Do these contractors that get these jobs have to be licensed?
Yes, yes, and the contractors are general contractors, so they they go in and bid it. We give them like 2 weeks to get the bids back because they can consult with their subcontractors. They might have a certain electrician or plumber that they work with, so they will take the scope of work to their subcontractors, and then they'll turn in a bid that's more efficient. But yes, they do have to be licensed, and they are general contractors.
Is there a reason that you find necessity to put an ethnic group issue in this situation?
And this, I guess I'm
Is there a
confused.
place where you could identify yourself as an ethnic?
Yes, that's
Is
just
there a reason for that?
that it's part of the survey process, and I think that they just kind of collect that data at the state and federal level. You don't have to fill it out, but they
I'm just saying, is that gonna show favoritism?
oh
No,
no,
Is there
that
no,
has nothing to, no.
no, no. It's basically just across the board that that the state likes to process that data to know.
We test these issues seriously.
Yeah,
We're bringing them up.
Yeah, we are, because they shouldn't even be identified as a problem.
yeah. It's part of the grant for yeah. Mhm. Yes.
I need a new roof and gutters on my house, and I've been in Lysell for many, many, many years. I'm a senior, and my insurance for my house has gone up almost 3 times the amount because I can't afford to put a
Yeah,
roof on.
yeah, and we have had that before, and sometimes we've been able to work with the insurance companies too. And the minute that we put that last shingle on, we fax that information over, and then the insurance drops.
It takes almost 2 months of my pay.
Yeah.
Just to take and pay the extra money for
Yeah.
the insurance.
Yeah, we've had people that
takes a lot on when you're a senior.
absolutely.
I'm 83 years old.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
It makes it hard on us.
it is very difficult, and that's what's good about this grant. And you know, we've had situations where, like I said, the minute that we got that last shingle on, we were emailing the insurance agent, and then they knew that the work was done, and now the home is safe. Yeah. Hmm. Yes.
On the income thing, do you want like the paycheck stuff? Do you want your,
It,
like social security, I have those 3 things that say
yeah.
how
It,
much you get
Can we
yearly or?
repeat the question?
I'm sorry for the income. Is that the question you're talking about, the income or the okay? Yes, for the income, what I would need is like W-2s, banks or pay stubs. It has to be gross though. So if you have Social Security, I need that Social Security statement that they give you like at the first of the year that shows this is your amount, this is how much Medicare is, and I can take copies of that. And I do have my we have laptops and scanners here, so if people did bring paperwork, we can scan it and start a folder for you. Um, but yes, the income would be anything that would show your gross income. Yes.
You can scan this at home yourself.
Yes. Yes.
When's that gross income start from? January or from last year, January?
It would be current for this year.
I lost my job in October, so I was wondering.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we wouldn't have to look at last year's taxes. It would be whatever you're making now. And then we would prorate it for 12 months. Are there other questions? Okay. All right. I will get some applications, and whoever would like one, if you raise your hand, I can pass them out.
We got,
Yeah. You should see him, Brandy,
I think so. Then if you've got individual questions you want to ask one of us,
Yeah,
not in front of everybody.
that concludes that concludes the informational meeting. Obviously, you can grab somebody up here if you have additional questions, and we're handing out applications right now. So thank you very much. We appreciate NCICG, and we'll have these applications at City Hall after this meeting. And for more information, you can contact